In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we give him praise and thanks for all of his many blessings, all to the human family through revelation. Revelation he continues to send down, beginning with his prophets and messengers. We thank him for Moses and the Torah. We thank him for Jesus and the gospel. We thank him for Muhammad and the Holy Quran. Peace be upon these worthy servants of the Most High God. We thank Allah for his intervention in our affairs in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who came among us and raised from among us, one to lead, teach, and guide us to the straight path of God, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We thank them both for giving us one whose presence is as a light-giving sun, a moving reality, moving through time and on time, with a teaching so powerful it will enable those who accept to escape time and live in the hereafter. That one is with us today, a living example of a free and independent man, right in our midst, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I greet my beloved brothers and sisters in the words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Minister Farrakhan said of himself that the word prophet is really too cheap a word to apply to him. Here is some further enlightenment on that from study guide number 9, Our Intimate Relationship, with Rabil al-Amin. He wrote, the prophets struggle in the absence of God with light from God that is considered in symbolic language moonlight. And since the moon represents the sun in the absence of the sun, it has no light of its own. It borrows light from the sun and reflects it to the earth. If you have a limited light, you have limited sight. Therefore, you can only provide a limited example. If prophets are moonlight, that's not perfect light. It does not allow you to see with perfect clarity. In moonlight, we see partly, but in sunlight, we see fully. Moonlight does not display color. You can see the outline of things in the moonlight, but only in the sunlight can you see a thing exactly as it is. Praise is due to Allah. And so the Holy Quran reads, we take Allah's color, and who is better than Allah at coloring, and we are his worshipers. I submit to you today that Minister Farrakhan is unlike anything in this reality. His presence is actually holding life up at this moment, at the end of the 25,000 year, 50,000 year, even 66 trillion year time that we have been in rebellion to Allah's will. He is a manifestation of mercy, and he is laying on our brain, beloved, a base for a change in life that is going to be so dramatic that if we did not have preparation, our brains would implode. We are now at the end of the time where we are going to defend our minister against false charges that he is a racist, that he is a hater, that he is an anti-Semite. The law does not require you to prove a negative. We are not here to stand for what he has not done or said, but what he is doing and saying. And so I say to us who live today because of this word, you're looking at a cancer survivor. The doctors told me 30 years ago, that's a wrap. You are out of here. in 6 months, and I went out and heard him on a Friday night in 1981 in New York City, and I still stand here. And yes, all of us have got to reframe this. No, the minister is not in any danger. You can't run up on the sun. The sun shoots flames 30,000 miles into the atmosphere. So it's not about protecting him, it's about protecting ourselves. And the only way we can do that is when opposition comes against him. Stop trying to argue. I say this to the so-called Negro scholars and leaders. Stop engaging in allowing yourself to be tested by the enemies of our liberation who demand that you denounce and repudiate the sun. If the sun burns somebody, it only burns them because they're not natural to the solar system. And so if it burns you, it's because you don't belong here. And so when they come and they demand that you repudiate him, stop with the long speeches and give them 2 words. Farrakhan said this and Farrakhan said that. So what? Where were you when I was on chemotherapy? Where were you when I was lost and among the dead, deaf, dumb, and blind? I don't care what he said about you. You may have been offended, but you never said it was a lie. That's what sunlight does. It exposes you. How dare you allow anyone to assign themselves a position of preeminence in your life? Allah asked, how can you deny Allah when you were without life and he gave you life? Sunshine is not a term of art, it's a scientific term. There is always sunlight. We would not live without it. But when sunlight is unfiltered, pure, and there are no obstacles, it's called sunshine. So today we are going to get pure, unadulterated sunshine. May Allah bless all of us with the light of understanding. As I leave you in peace, assalamu alaikum.